Hey guys, just testing here, just testing. Trying to get the stream in the correct format here. Gotta check it on a different computer. It's still skipping really bad. I have to back that HD stream down. There we go, that looks a little bit better. I backed it down from 1080 down to 720. That looks a lot better. Alright, let's go with that for a little while. We'll see if my settings hold up. Of course somebody's on the frequency I wanted to use. It is a nice and snowy day today. We've still got pretty decent snowfall coming down out there. Let's see how 20 sounds. Let's get above where I can work. Just afraid there's a bunch of nets. Let's tune it and see if it sounds any different. Now I found a good lot. Now my stream's trying to mess up again. You have to back that down one more setting. Let's try it. Let's see. Let me back it down one more. Is this frequency in use? This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Is this frequency in use? This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Is this frequency in use? This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. One more time, please relay if I am not able to copy. Is this frequency in use? This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Alright, CQ, CQ, CQ. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey N5WXW calling CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey N5WXW, calling CQ anyone anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey N5WXW, calling CQ anyone anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Got my hot chocolate here that my amazing wife made. Fantastic stuff on a snowy day out there. You can't see it too terribly well in the tower camera, but got a good bit of snow on the ground this morning. Good measurable half an inch. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey N5WXW, calling anyone anywhere on 20 meters. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey N5WXW, calling CQ, 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 and standing by. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, looking for anyone anywhere. CQ, CQ, CQ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ, CQ, CQ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey N5WXW, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, calling CQ, 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 CQ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ, CQ, CQ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, anyone, anywhere. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey from a snowy southern Tennessee, calling CQ, 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 anyone, anywhere.
November 7, Charlie, Juliet Whiskey.
November 7, Charlie Juliet Whiskey. Roy, I got you a good 5959 here in the southern Tennessee, QSL.
Say again your location.
Roger, location is southern Tennessee. Southern Tennessee. We're under snowy skies right now.
Okay, Roger. We're in Utah. We're located in Utah. What's your call again?
Roger, it's November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey N5WXW.
Okay, what town is Tennessee?
Roger, it's Fayetteville, Tennessee. Fayetteville, Tennessee. It's just close to the Alabama and Tennessee border, just north of Huntsville, Alabama. QSL.
Okay, Roger. Yeah. So okay, I've been down around through some of that area before. I used to spend a lot of time over in Memphis and over in Huntsville. So I probably passed either near or through that area at some time or other.
Roger on that, Roy. Yeah, it's very convenient because I'm only about a 30-minute drive from Gigapart. So if I ever need any tech or radio equipment, they're just a little bit of a drive away.
Oh, okay, well that's where I got this radio from. I'm running an Icon 718 to a 3-element tri-band Wilson beam up about 30 feet. By the way, you're coming in about 5 by 7 here in Utah, located in Utah, and the name's Roy. Over.
Roger on that, Roy. Name here is Vince, Victor, India, November, Charlie, Echo. I'm not sure if you got computer access there close, but if you go to my QRZ page and click on the YouTube link, I'm currently streaming our QSO live. So if you want to hear what you sound like, just follow that link there.
Okay, Roger. Well, we're going to let you go here. We're going to move on down the map. Thanks for being here. And TJW.
73 there, Roy. Thank you for the contact. I haven't really had a whole lot of luck on 20 meters today up until now, so thank you for coming back to me there. November 7, Charlie Juliet Whiskey. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, QRZ. CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. That was a really good first 20 meter contact for the day. Roy over in Utah. A little over 1,300 miles as far as the contact distance there. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey N5WXW. Calling CQ, anyone, anywhere from Southern Tennessee. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. God, I think it's cold here. They're in Utah. Anywhere in Utah, it's got to be pretty dang chilly right now. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Calling CQ from a snowy Southern Tennessee today. CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey N5WXW. Calling CQ, CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. '20 is definitely pretty noisy right now. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey N5WXW. Looking for anyone, anywhere. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey N5WXW. Calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Calling CQ, CQ, CQ for anyone, anywhere. Just looking for some contacts today to get off of digital for a little while. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Calling CQ. Noise level's not too terribly high today. It's about an S2 to S3, which is not nearly what I've experienced at night with 40. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Calling anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey from a snowy southern Tennessee today. N5WXW. Calling CQ. Anyone, anywhere. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey calling CQ, CQ, CQ. For anyone, anywhere. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. I think I heard somebody toning up there. What I've learned to do is kind of tone up all frequency, scroll over a little while until you don't have... not interfering with them, then scroll back, because that couple megahertz in frequency isn't going to make that much of a difference. Anyway, we got Kilo Charlie 9, Kilo Uniform Kilo. Afternoon, sir. Not hearing you in Illinois. Yeah, I just made a pretty good contact out to Utah, and they gave me a 5.7. So it's I felt like I figured 20 was going to be a little spotty today. And again, it's snowing pretty good here, so I got the weather not really in my favor. Let me know if the stream is pretty smooth. I've been playing with the resolution is 720, but I've been playing with the bit rate a little bit to see how high I can get it before it starts kind of jumping around. So CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Running barefoot 100 watts from southern Tennessee. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere. It's been like that. I don't know why. I've got my solar conditions map. It's whiskey5 mikewhiskey.net. Actually, it's solar.whiskey5mikewhiskey.net, and I kind of use it to track the conditions and all that. I'm still learning about what everything means as far as a lot of the numbers there, but observed solar flux is down, and then the KP index is kind of on its way back up, so I think it's kind of back into a noisy pattern there. Yeah, my S3 is, or my noise is a good S2, S3 right now. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. N5WXW calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Thank you for joining in the stream there, sir. Kilo Charlie 9, Kilo Uniform Kilo. I just put together. My apologies. I just put together exactly who you were. I had to look you up on QRZ there real quick. That is awesome. Welcome back to the stream. And I got your QSL card there in the email. I need to print it off and have it around here with me. Power is 100 watts. I'm just running a 10 to 40 meter MFJ, what they call a mini G5RV. It's basically a G5RV without the 80 meter wire. It's kind of more compact, But I've got a 40 and 80 meter bazooka that's coming in, so I really am excited to get that thing in here. And then at the bottom, it's just got a standard 1-to-1 ballon. So yeah, just running 100 watts today. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. N5WXW, anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Yeah. I figured that was the case. We in one of my latest videos on there, Eric, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's called 1 Watt in a Wire. Kilo 5 Bravo, gosh, where's it at? Kilo 5 Quebec Bravo Foxtrot 9 made a 1 watt contact on his ICOM 7300. And if you go watch it, it's pretty cool because we go from 90 watts down to 50, down to 25, down to 10, down to 5. And just for giggles, we tried 1 watt, and he came in pretty clear the other night on 40. Which was very unexpected with the conditions. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, N5WXW. Calling CQ, anyone, anywhere, CQ, CQ, CQ. From November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Yeah, and Eric, I've got a 30 to 35 foot tower, depending on how you look at it. And I would love to put a beam up there. I definitely need to upgrade my radio first. But yeah, I would love a, I don't know if I could fit a 40 meter beam. Okay. So you got 40. So 40 was so noisy, like even noisier than 20 for me. So I figured I'd take my chances with 20 for a little bit. I'll be on here probably too much longer unless just things open, go wide open and we hit the pedal to the floor here. But yeah, it's been pretty cool to at least get one contact in while doing these. Finally got the resolution of my video output correct because it was doing 480 for some reason. And I changed the layout to 1920 1080. I tried 1920 1080 streaming earlier, and it was really just the frame rate was very low. And it didn't look good, so I backed it down to 720, and that made the difference. Which I know there's not too much difference between the two. 720 streaming will be just fine for me. That's a lot better than 480, that's for sure. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. N5WXW calling CQ for anyone, anywhere. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. I really gotta stop hitting that mic. Yeah, Eric, I was I need to get on with you guys. You guys are doing the Wingnuts, and that's tonight, isn't it? I think you said Sunday and Monday whenever I talked to you last on the radio there, or Sunday or Monday. I couldn't remember which one it was. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Running barefoot 100 watts from a snowy southern Tennessee today. CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Yeah, the main part of having the multiple views, the tower camera I just kind of threw in there, but with the analog radio, I don't really have the cool digital interface like these guys with the ICOM software do. Let's see how we're looking. So we got one contact in the log for today, which is a whole lot better than none. Big thanks to, let's see, that was November 7. Excuse me, Kilo. I was way off on that. No, it was the November station. Go back here to my logbook. November 7 Charlie Juliet Whiskey from Utah was my one contact today. That was 1,300 miles, so that's all right. I've always wondered if the snow helps, because we've got a good blanket of snow. You can't see it too terribly well on the camera there because it mainly gives you a sky view, but got a good quarter to a half an inch of snow today, and it's still snowing. I've always wondered what that would do to propagation. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, N5WXW, calling CQ, anyone, anywhere, for November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere, for November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere, for November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Now I got somebody up above or below me that's interfering. Well, that's good to know. I did not realize that it did not affect HF. I think with the type of antenna that I've got right now, I think it affects it more than most antennas or a full-size antenna. And drinking that wonderful hot chocolate that my wife made earlier. We played in the snow with the kids all morning long, so we're trying to warm up. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 from November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, N5WXW, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere, for November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Yeah, we're sitting at a little over 24 minutes of live streaming, so... Let's see where these guys are at. I think they're probably on 30. Excuse me, 230. CQ, CQ, CQ from November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, N5WXW, calling CQ for anyone, anywhere. This is November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Yeah, no, those rainy or snowy nights on 2 meters are really affected. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, calling CQ, CQ, CQ from a snowy southern Tennessee today. CQ20, CQ20 from November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Yeah, none of them are bad. I kind of learned the other night from bad propagation that you can get out, so kind of just persevered through the noise a little bit. It's tough with only 100 watts, but thank you for the encouragement there. It's definitely needed sometimes, but last week I called CQ like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just for an hour at a time when I had an hour to set aside for live streaming or something like that. Hey Todd, how's it going? See you popping in here. Yeah, K5YVY, I was hoping to get a little bit more of a face shot. I've got a bunch of junk in the back, so I was like, okay, we're just gonna instead of me actually cleaning it up, we're just gonna blur it out. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a bunch of stuff laying around, so I figured it'd kind of focus my face a little bit more if I was. Gotta adjust that a little bit. I wish it would track my face, but I think I'm gonna do the green screen thing and put a green screen behind it. That way I can just put whatever I wanted to back there. So Awesome, Todd. Glad to hear you've been studying. I got to work tonight from 4 to midnight. So my downtime at work, I'm probably going to do my extra studying. So, by the way, guys, Todd and Joe, if you guys are in here, Eric, sorry if I got the name wrong there. I believe I got that correct. I am terrible with names. Kilo Charlie 9, Kilo Uniform Kilo, that's in the group here. I got him, or made a contact with him, I believe it was last week, if I look at my log correct. But they are a part of the, I believe it's the Wing Nuts. Let me double check that. I believe so. Eric, if you want to chime in there and give a little bit more info. Yeah, really cool group and really great to check into. Sent me a QSL through the email there, and got him in the log as well. So CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey N5WXW. Calling CQ anyone anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. That's another thing about this radio. It likes to bump just a hair off of wherever I've got it. That dial has just become a little bit more sensitive over time, which is probably an expected issue with a radio that I believe was dated 1991 or 92. But it has been awesome. I've had it ever since I got my General. After I got my General, I went out and got, well, actually I bought it off eBay. It was a one-owner radio. Supposedly one-owner radio. I think I won it for like $425, and that was 6-7 years ago. Yeah, go get you a good lunch there, Joe. If you're, I know it's been snowing and stuff over there, so it's definitely one of those like chili or soup or stew kind of days. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey calling CQ, 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 CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. One megahertz down. He must hear somebody else on 227 trying to make a contact there. It's pretty loud. He's either amplified or just has a really good signal. Yeah, Eric, let me scroll down there and see what's going on 40. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Nothing heard on the frequency. I'll be QRT. All right. Whoops. All right, let's scroll on down here. 7.230. Lower side. Let's see. Alright, give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back in just a moment. Alright, there we go. Alright, let me get my headphones back in. Alright, I don't hear anybody on 7.230. Let me tune it in here. Alright guys, I'm not sure what just happened there. I lost the awesome. Alright, let me check and see if the frequency is in use. We'll get you rolling here. Make sure that power is all the way up. Is this frequency in use? This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Is this frequency in use? This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey.
The frequency is not in use. November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Welcome to the Wingnuts. Frequency is yours, sir. Good luck. KC9CQ, Northern Illinois.
Roger, thank you so much there. Kilo Charlie 9, Kilo Uniform Kilo. If you're watching the stream there, you are booming in here. Good 5959. Thank you for helping me find a good spot on 40 there.
I hear you're 59 plus also. 59 plus also. There's quite a delay on the video, so I had to turn the volume off so it wouldn't mess me up. But yeah, sounding fantastic. Hopefully you can get some wingnut activity out here and get some guys to call back to you there. I went ahead and, like I said, put it up on the Facebook page, so some people should be seeing it here. So go ahead, sir. Frequency is yours. Good, happy DX there, and good luck.
Thank you, sir, especially for posting it there and everything. I got to put you as first in the log for that one. So, QRZ, this is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Roger, I got the Kilo, I believe Kilo Bravo 8 station. Can you give me your call one more time there?
Yeah, this is Kilowatt Delta 8 Zulu Whiskey India. Kilo Delta 8 Zulu Whiskey India. I've got a light time on the light time, but you're calling. I wanted to just come back and say hello there. Over.
Thank you so much there. Alright, I think I got the call there. It's Kilo Delta 8 Zulu Whiskey India. I'm sorry I butchered it there the first time. Name here is Vince Victor India November Charlie Echo. Thank you for calling back there. You're a good 5'9" here into Southern Tennessee. Roger, thank you for that. Thank you for the 2x2 there, and 73 to you. QRZ, this is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ40, CQ40 from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Yeah, Eric, you've got that right. I've learned that really quickly. I hear maybe one or two stations down there in the noise. We'll try to get in the next go round. CQ, CQ, CQ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. I believe I heard a November Golf Hotel. Let's try that again. Alright, can't pull it out there. November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Just can't hear too much right now. Receive's just not that great. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey.
November 8 Alpha X-Ray Bravo.
November 8 Alpha X-Ray Bravo. Jim, good to hear you today, sir, from a snowy southern Tennessee. You're a good 10 over here, sir.
You're also about 10 over here in southwest Ohio, and I believe there's a station real close to us there. Kind of giving me a little problems here, but good afternoon to you, and I don't know about the snow, but if you got it, you can keep it.
Roger on that. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with the kids, so we're just trying to, we had a lot of fun with the kids this morning. They get to play in it. Around here, we don't get it probably as much as you guys do.
Well, we've been kind of lucky here in southwest Ohio for the past 3 or 4 years, and other than that, we're just enjoying about a 32-degree temperature today.
Roger on that. Well, we're sitting at 33, so it's melting ever so slowly, but we got to get about half an inch. That's a lot for us, but it's probably laughable for you guys.
Okay, well, I'll get off of here. Maybe someone else might make contact with you. I got a couple things I just got to go do. I just seen the post come up on Facebook, so I'll stick my call in and say good afternoon, and I will be back. November 8 Alpha X-Ray Bravo. I'll put you in the QRZ too, by the way.
Roger, thank you so much. November 8 Alpha X-Ray Bravo, November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, 73, sir. QRZ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. I think 10 over is probably the best signal report I've ever gotten. You got that right, Eric. That was pretty quick. CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Looks like Jim was running an Icom 9100 with a fan dipole for 80, 40, and 20 at 20 feet. So pretty nice setup there. CQ20, CQ20, excuse me, switch frequencies there. CQ40, CQ40, CQ40 from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Yeah, 40, 20, they're similar. CQ40, CQ40, CQ40 from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Yeah, and I worked the second shift today, so that's why I had a little free time during the day. Let's do a 4 to midnight tonight. CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Calling CQ from a snowy southern Tennessee today. CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ40, CQ40, CQ40. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Station calling there. Let's try it one more time there. I couldn't quite make out. Couldn't quite make it out there. Roger, Kilo Yankee 4 Delta Golf. Kilo Yankee 4 Delta Golf. Did I get that correct? Roger, Roger. You're about at the top of the band. You're about a 5.5, 55, and then you drop back down. So I can make out most everything you're saying, but at the top there, you're a good 5.5. Roger there. Name here is Vince. Victor, India, November, Charlie, Echo. We got a little snow on the ground here in southern Tennessee, which is not very common. So I figured I'd get on the radio and just take advantage of the conditions and a little free time. Roger, Mark. I caught the beginning of that, but we'll say 73 for now. The band's just not in really great condition. So thank you for the contact again. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and definitely stay warm over there. Kilo Yankee 4 Delta Golf. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey 73, sir. Just can't make out a whole lot of that conversation. Just really trying there. 3 inches, but we were making ice. Can't wait to get out fishing. I know, right? Yeah, Eric, I'm a big fishing guy. I do a little bit in the winter, but mainly in the spring and summer. I do bass, crappie, catfish, you name it. So, CQ40 for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. See, it's so crazy that somebody over in Virginia, I'm booming into there, but I can barely hear them on this end. It just shows you how the band conditions can be sometimes. By the way, Eric, I saw your message about the headset. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a trip down to Gigaparts and work on that because I got to get a foot pedal and so I can keep my hands on the keyboard. So I'm constantly just trying to pick this up, put it down, keyboard over, see, make sure I log everything correct. So. CQ40. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. It is still snowing outside. And probably will be throughout most of the day. The bad thing is it's 33 degrees. We're 1 degree above freezing, so it is ever so slowly melting. CQ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey N5WXW. Calling CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Anyone, anywhere, try and get through the QSB today. Bad conditions for some, good for others. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. CQ40. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Thank you guys for joining in on this. This is a lot of fun, especially having everyone that's really interactive on the chat and stuff. Or if you're just watching, that's cool too. Yeah, I really had to do a little tuning on that dipole because at a true inverted V, it was not performing very well. So I kind of brought it up just a little bit, not completely horizontal, but. Brought the angle up a little bit. I think it was kind of getting a little bit too far out, or the takeoff angle is a little bit too far out, so I was trying to get a little bit more local. CQ40 for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Calling CQ from a snowy southern Tennessee this afternoon. CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Yeah, I love their. Check your email, okay? Alex is getting me to check my email here. Todd, yeah, I love that the Rag Chew group, the Wingnuts crew there. It's an awesome idea because it's not a. Okay, awesome, Alex. Thank you so much for that. Hopefully, I don't kill my phone battery. But yeah, it's really cool to have a net that's not extremely formal. Just anybody can check in and chat anytime, and just kind of keep rolling and gets contacts out there. Awesome, Alex. I just got a picture of the package there. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. CQ40, CQ40, CQ40 from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Anyone, anywhere. We'll get you in the logbook here. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. I kind of see why some people do receive-only antennas now, or just have a wire just for receive-only. It's been a pretty cool concept I've been looking into. I know some people do like I think it's a receive loop antenna or a receive wire. CQ40, CQ40, CQ40. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Yeah, for the band conditions, I'll take 3 contacts. That's for sure. Nets are evil. They'll get aggressive too. If you're close to their frequency, they will. I mean, they'll throw 1,000 1,000 watts at you and tell you to.
N5WXW-CQ, third-party traffic. Can you copy this?
Roger, Eric. I've got you. Fantastic! Glad to hear you on the radio there. Glad to hear you. I've actually got a 6 and 7-year-old that are in there. They're actually playing around. They've got the day off from school today because it's snowing. So they got to play in the snow this morning. Which definitely wish they could get out in a little bit more, but it's a little cold. That was awesome.
Yes. What are you watching him on the video? Yes. All right, say 73.
73 to you as well, and I'm very proud of you getting that score done. That's very important, and one day you will realize how important it is. Sometimes it's fun, and sometimes it's not, but it is very useful. And 73 to you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. You have made my day getting on the radio. KC9CUK, that was awesome. Thank you for that. That was great. November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. QRZ.
Kilo Charlie 8, Charlie Oscar India.
Kilo Charlie 8. If you don't mind, I'll get the last part of that call.
Yes, Charlie Oscar India, KC83OI.
Carly, excuse me, I was trying to combine them there. Kilo Charlie 8, Charlie Oscar India. You're a good 5'9", over 10 over here into Southern Tennessee. Name here is Vince, Victor India November Charlie Echo.
All right, I think I doubled what's up by. Anyway, signal's good here in southern West Virginia, sounding good. 5'9".
Roger, you said I got a 5'5" there. Man, I've been hitting West Virginia a lot lately. I must have a good opening over to you guys. Well, I'll get you in the log here, Ted. We'll say 73 to you.
Well, thank you very much. Enjoyed hearing the youngster on there, and hope everyone has a good day. KC8COI.
Roger on that. Yeah, that'll definitely put a smile on your face. That was awesome. That made my day right there. QRZ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. We got a November 4 Alpha Hotel X-Ray. A good day to you. Name here is Vince, Victor India, November Charlie Echo. You're a good 5'9", plus a little bit here into Southern Tennessee.
Oh, very good, Vince. thanks for the comeback. You're 5'9" plus in North Carolina, just off the Blue Ridge Parkway. Handle here is Al. We're having a little snow shower this afternoon, and had about 7 inches of snow a couple days ago. So how's things your way?
Roger, pretty good our way. We're getting technically our second snow of the year here. Our QTH is close to Fayetteville, Tennessee, just north of Huntsville, Alabama. And yeah, we woke up to a good half an inch of snow this morning, and the kids got to get out and play in it and have a lot of fun, and we did too. So we're inside doing a little warming up now here on the radio.
Okay, well that's good. We've had North Carolina. We're kind of in the battle zone where we are, so we're not sure how much snow we're going to get this winter, but we had about 3 inches here Christmas Eve, and stayed on the ground for a few days, and then this last week, well, we had a good day and a half, pretty good snow here. Not too frequent. We're kind of in a mild part of the mountains, but well, thanks for the call back. You got a good signal in here. We're running 100 watts to a dipole. Nothing fancy, and we'll just say pass along our 73s and thank you for the contact.
Thank you so much there, Alan, and 73 to you guys as well. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for getting another. Definitely glad to get you guys in the logbook here. Really enjoyed it, and thank you guys for the contacts. And again, have a wonderful day today. We'll hopefully catch you down the log. And I was telling Erica we'll have to get on the Wingnuts chat later on tonight, I believe. But yeah, we'll say 73 for you now. November 4 Alpha Hotel X-Ray. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey 73 team. QRZ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. These have been some awesome contacts today. In the middle of the day on 40 meters with not great band conditions. CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Station call, believe it was a KM4 station. Let's try that one more time. You were coming right up through the noise there. QRZ, November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. It's definitely a good old-fashioned tuner. I do the same thing, so they're getting it dialed in. It's coming in. CQ, CQ, CQ. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. If they're tuning, leave it right there. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Anyone, anywhere for N5WXW.
Yeah, last calling station, KN4VIK. Kilo November 4, Victor India Kilo. Calling, returning your call. Returning your CQ.
Roger, Kilo Mike 4, Victor India Kilo. You were hard to make out earlier, but you were booming in here to southern Tennessee now. You're a good 5'9" plus 10, sir.
QSL, we just had to tune up. Just on a little 18-gauge wire and a ladder line going straight to the radio and the tuner. Kilo November 4, Victor India Kilo 7050. What is your QTA? And let me have your call one more time, slowly, please.
Roger, call here is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. QTH is Fayetteville, Tennessee. Fayetteville, Tennessee. Southern Tennessee. QSL.
Roger. I think you said November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Over.
That is correct. You are correct. November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey.
Well, I have you 5'9", 5'10", 5'9", 5'10". I've got an excellent signal on you, sir. Absolutely excellent. Have a pleasant day and 73 over.
Roger on that. Let me make sure on the call there one more time. Was it Kilo November 4 Victor India Kilo, or was it Kilo Mike 4 Victor India Kilo?
Kilo November 4, Victor India Kilo. How copy?
Roger. I got the call correct that time. My apologies on that. I think I typed it. I think I said it right, and I think I typed it in wrong. So we'll say 73 to you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming back there.
Roger. Beautiful signal. Let's continue doing what you're doing, and all the best of the new year, sir. KN4VIK clear. Hey, go outside, Mike.
QRZ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. These guys are awesome. CQ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Anyone, anywhere from beautiful Fayetteville, Tennessee. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey.
November 4, Bravo Tango Tango.
November 4 Bravo Tango. Did I get that correct?
Negative, almost. November 4, Bravo Tango Tango.
Gotcha. I think I got it typed down now. November 4 Bravo Tango Tango. You're a 5'9 plus 10 here into Southern Tennessee. Name here's Vince. Victor India November Charlie Echo.
Hi, Vince. Well, we're not very far apart. I'm in North Alabama in the Huntsville area, and you are 5'9 and over here as well, sir.
Roger. I just saw that on QRZ how close you were. We're probably only about 20 miles or so as the crow flies. Not very often I get a contact that close. I know I've got K5YVY in the chat here that I try to talk to over in Mississippi, and it's very rare I can even talk to him. I thought it was so close, but this is a new close record for 40 meters for me.
Roger, it is real close, and I was wondering how that would work on a regular basis. I haven't tried very much to talk to people locally around here, but the question was asked me a few days ago, and I figured this would be the band to try it on, but I didn't know just how close it could be. Roger, so thank you, sir. I appreciate you coming back to me. November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, November 4 Bravo Tango Tango. Thank you, sir. 73 C. Maybe we can talk again. It really is a nice clear signal.
Awesome. Thank you so much there, Rick. November 4 Bravo Tango Tango. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you down the log again. 73 to you. QRZ, November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Kilo 8 Alpha Zulu.
Kilo 8 Alpha Zulu Alpha. Easy 8. Name is Jeffrey Juliet Echo Foxtrot from Detroit, Michigan.
Jeffrey, you were doing a fine job. You're about a 5'8 to 5'9 into Southern Tennessee, close to Fayetteville, Tennessee, just north of Huntsville, home of Gigaparts, the awesome radio store just down the road from us. But again, you're doing a great job in here today. Name here is Vince, Victor, India, November, Charlie, Echo.
Was that N4BTP, correct?
All right, my call sign. Oh, negative. He was on the frequency earlier. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey.
Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Copy that. I appreciate that. What's the name?
Name here is Vince. Victor, India, November, Charlie, Echo.
Fantastic. Like I said, name here is Jeffrey Juliet Echo Foxtrot from Detroit. I just fired up the radio and heard you chatting, so I thought I'd come in and see how it is. I would like to give you the same signal report. You're just making it above the noise. So I can make out who you are, Vince, but otherwise, there's just a lot of noise back in there today.
Roger, Roger. I'm very surprised I'm even getting up to you, but thank you for the contact there. We'll say 73 from Kilo 8 Alpha Zulu Alpha. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. 73, sir. Roger, QRZ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Man, this is just about as good as the other night. Thank you so much for putting that out there, Eric. That is awesome. I'll probably have to get off here in a little bit. I hate to, but I'll have to eventually. Todd, I love the train emojis. Todd says you're rolling. CQ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. Anyone, anywhere for November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey from Southern Tennessee. Let me know how the stream is working there, guys, because Kilo Echo 8 Papa Yankee. Let me get the last. I didn't get the last letter of the call there. One more time. You're coming in just above the noise there, trying to make out that last letter. Kilo Echo 8 Papa Yankee Zulu. Kilo Echo 8 Papa Yankee Zulu. Did I get that correct? Roger there, John. Thank you for coming in there. You're a 5-5, just above the noise there. I can make you out. For some reason, that last letter was a little hard to copy. Every time you tried, the band would go back down. So, but yeah, you're about a 55 here in the Southern Tennessee. Name here is Vince. Victor, India, November, Charlie, Echo. Roger on that there, John. Well, thank you for the contact. We'll get you in the log here. And 73, sir. Hope you have a wonderful day. Kilo Echo 8 Papa Yankee Zulu before the band goes down there. November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. 73, sir. November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey QRZ.
Kilowatt 4 kilowatt November mobile.
Kilowatt 4 station mobile. If you don't mind, give me the call one more time.
Kilowatt 4 kilowatt November.
Kilowatt 4 kilowatt November. Cannot believe you're a mobile station. You are sounding great here into close to Fayetteville, Tennessee. Name here is Vince. Victor, India, November, Charlie, Echo.
Well, good morning, good afternoon to you. Name here is John, Juliet Oscar Hotel, November. We're located in McDonough, Georgia, about 30 miles south of Atlanta, and you're coming in 5 to 9 to my mobile station here. Back to you.
Roger on that, John. Yeah, it looks like it's about a 350-mile contact between the two of us. But yeah, your mobile rig is sounding fantastic. I think you're one of the first mobile stations that I've worked in as a general operator.
Well, thank you for the signal report. As I said, you're coming in real fine today from Tennessee. I believe you said your location was. Back to you.
Roger, yes sir. We're close to Fayetteville, Tennessee, and Huntsville, Alabama. Kind of close to those areas. So we're right stuck between the two on the state line there. So 73, John. Thank you for coming back there and giving me the great signal report. Hoping to get a couple more contacts in before we call it a day. So 73 to Kilo 4 Kilo November. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey.
Roger. 73 to you. Have a good day.
Awesome. QRZ from November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey.
WO4J Mobile, Ocean 4 Juliet Mobile.
Whiskey Ocean 4 Juliet Mobile. Did I get that correct?
Roger. Thanks again. Juliet Echo False. And we're on 31, the Panhandle of Florida, which is
Roger, Roger, you are doing fantastic on that mobile rig here into Tennessee. I'll have to look here on QRZ to see exactly what the distance is there, but you can imagine it's a pretty good distance, but you're a good 5'8", 259 whenever the band comes up there, QSL. Roger, Roger, yeah. That system's doing really good there, and Roger on the Gatlinburg, beautiful area up there, and love this area of the country. I moved up here about 5 or 6 years ago, so definitely love it. Well, 73 to you guys. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for coming back to the CQ there, and we'll catch you down the log. 73 Whiskey Ocean 4 Juliet. This is November 5 Whiskey X-ray Whiskey. QRZ from November 5 Whiskey X-ray Whiskey. Charlie November Alpha Station. Charlie November Alpha Station.
Good afternoon. How you doing now? Go ahead.
Doing all right. Name here is Vince. Victor India November Charlie Echo. Sir, you were a good 5'9" into Fayetteville, Tennessee.
Yeah, Roger. Thank you so kindly. Use 5'9" plus here in Georgia. The name is Taylor, Taylor, and the call sign is Kilo Charlie 4 Tango Romeo Papa. And we thank you for picking me up and have a good day and be safe there, QSL.
QSL there, Taylor. You were doing fine here into Tennessee, and like I said, thank you for the report there, and thank you for getting in our logbook here. It's awesome to make a contact. We're just trying to get on voice. A lot of people are on digital. We're trying to bring it back a little bit. So.
Roger, right. 73. Take care. Bye bye.
73, sir. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango Romeo Papa. This is November 5 Whiskey X-ray Whiskey 73. QRZ from November 5 Whiskey X-ray Whiskey. Whiskey 4 November Charlie Alpha.
Negative. It's W4 CNA. Whiskey 4 Charlie November Alpha in North Carolina. Roger.
Roger, Roger. Whiskey 4 Charlie November Alpha. I'm having to juggle the mic and the keyboard at the same time there. My apologies. John, I got you a good 5'9" into Fayetteville, Tennessee. Your name here is Vince. Victor India November Charlie Echo. QSL.
QSL. Yeah, I've got about a 5'6". I've got about a 5'6" up here in Asheville, North Carolina. You sound good. Band conditions are kind of bad on my end. I got a lot of noise. But you're coming through it there, Roger.
Roger on that one. Yeah, we've been trying to fight through the QSB. It seems like all last week, and looks like we're going to do the same thing this week. So we'll just keep fighting through. We might only have 100 watts, but we're going to try our best.
Yeah, that's all I've got. I've just got 100 watts too. No problem at all with that. I tell you what, I like that in there, but all right, I'll let you go and good luck and have a wonderful day. And may the good Lord bless you.
Same to you, John. 73 to you. Bless you as well, and you'll have a great day. This is November 5 Whiskey X-ray Whiskey, QRZ.
Whiskey 4 Mike Delta Zulu.
Whiskey 4 Mike Delta Zulu. Strong signal here into southern Tennessee. Name here is Vince. Victor India November Charlie Echo. You're a good 5959.
Well, Ben, today here is Mike Italy Kilo Echo, and great signal running barefoot to North Carolina. 5'9", really plus. Great audio, and
Roger, thank you for the Mike. Thank you for the signal report there. Yeah, we're just trying to make a couple contacts on voice here. I've always been used to digital, trying to kind of break the ice and get my voice on the air.
Roger. Only been in Tennessee a few times, but really love it. Anyway, this is Whiskey 4 Mike Delta Zulu, and to N5WXW-CQ.
73, sir. November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, QRZ. Yeah, I'm definitely going to open it up a little bit more. I'm trying to keep kind of a close view there. I've got like, other side, some stuff on the bookshelf over here in that area, and then another area right there. So I'm like, all right, we're going to just kind of focus it right here on the microphone. So. All right, I think I'm about to call it a day, guys. It has been super fun. I've got to run and kind of get ready for some work stuff this afternoon. But thank you guys for joining in today. And like I said, I hate to run, but I kind of have to. This is November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. I've got to run, so I'll be handing the frequency back over to normal use here, but try and catch everyone a little bit later on today. This is November 5, Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. I will be QRT. I believe that's the right keyword. 73 W4 CNA. This is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey. 73, sir. 73. Thank you guys for joining in. That was fun. That is a really supportive, awesome group of people right there. Yeah, before I do this again, I've got to get a logging system down and potentially a headset. That headset will make a world of difference. Kind of make things a little bit easier instead of just kind of jogging things around. So, thank you so much, Alex. And again, I'll look up that information. I'll get back to you on that email you sent me there. So. Not gonna lie, I also didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, so I got to catch up on my sleep before I do a 4 to midnight shift tonight. We just kind of switch around at work. I usually work 8 to 5, but it's kind of good to get some 4 to midnight shifts in there because just get some stuff done during the day. If I work 8 to 5, I'm just kind of working most of the day away, and especially when the sun goes down, as soon as it does. I don't have a whole lot of time for stuff during the day, so. All right, well, anybody that is still on the stream here, thank you so much. Thanks to Eric for putting a post out about it. I'll have to go look at the post as well, and thank everybody on there for joining in. And let me see what my official tally is for the day, because I thought, oh, well, 3 contacts will be great, and then get on 40 meters there, which it sounded like some people were from the post, but also I had a Kilo 8 station in there that said he was just scrolling around and found me, so that was pretty cool. Looks like I've got 15 contacts in for within an hour and 15 minutes. So I know that's pretty good just starting out here. So I'm also gonna grab me some more water too. But yeah, I will take 15 contacts over no contacts any day of the week. So. Well, thank you guys for joining. As I say every time, this is just kind of a journey getting started. But I'm super glad to have everybody on here, and as social as everyone is in the chat, it's really awesome to see as I'm kind of working stations and stuff. I love trying to jump in there. And I'm definitely, I'm supposed to get QSL cards tomorrow. They're supposed to come in tomorrow from the Postal Service with, I know, stuff going on with delayed packages and all that, and I totally understand that with the holidays and everything that's going on. So I'm going to try and get QSL cards out later on this week to everybody. So I've really looked forward to kind of getting back into that. I used to do that a lot, and I didn't really do voice very much, but I really am looking forward to sending out some cards and getting some back. So thank you guys so much for watching the stream today. Like and subscribe if you're new, or if you got the link to this and you're new to us. Also, there's a link to the K5YVY Discord channel, which is awesome channel to be in, and a lot of guys that talk on there as well. So join us on there if you want to. So this is November 5 Whiskey X-Ray Whiskey, which you guys have heard probably hundreds of times already within the past hour and 17 minutes. But thank you guys so much for being there today, and I will say 73 until probably later on tonight. We'll see. So 73 guys, thank you for joining in. Y'all have a wonderful day. All right. See you guys.